Ari Aster's new movie, Beau is Afraid, is available on Blu-ray and DVD on July 11th. To celebrate the release of the DVD, our friends at Sphere Films Canada are giving us copies of the Blu-ray to give away to a few lucky fans. So to enter, first of all, you have to live in Canada. Second of all, go to our Instagram, click on the pinned post, and make sure that you like the post, you repost the post on your story, and you leave a comment in the comment section. And then make sure you're following us on Instagram. This contest ends on July 10th, 2023 at 12 a.m. So you got a few days left. Go enter for your chance to win a free copy of Beau is Afraid. Thank you and have a great day. And enjoy the video. Bye.
Hello, everyone. So I just watched Maggie Moore, or Who Killed Maggie Moore. I think there's like 7 names for this movie, and I'm going to now talk about the movie. Now I do have some notes, which I'm going to look down a little bit. However, that being said, that doesn't change the fact that there will be a lot of freestyling going on. So the first thing I wanted to do was talk about Jon Hamm. The reason I want to talk about Jon Hamm is because Jon Hamm is a character in this movie, is an actor who plays a character in this movie. That character goes by the name of Jordan Sanders. And this man is a police officer, detective, whatever you want to call him. And when you look at him, and you see these moments in this movie, and the character, is very awkward. And in my mind, I'm like, this is exactly what Jon Hamm is doing in this movie. He just feels awkward and out of place for a lot of this movie, right? Like, it feels like he's trying to be in a different movie. And this is even further kind of emphasized by Tina Fey's character, which is Rita Grace. And this is the love interest, I guess you could call him, the nosy neighbor / love interest to Jordan Sanders, a.k.a. Jon Hamm. And there's just these moments where it's like a rom-com, and it's not even like in the same movie, and it's like it's on its own thing, and it's like, I get it, you want to have a B plot, but when you're using your B plot as like the A plot, and you're yada 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 through your A plot, then what's the point of having the A plot at the beginning, right? Like, the movie is supposed to be about a detective uncovering the roots of a mystery, right? About a murder. And yet the majority of that mystery is yada yada, and it is just kind of ignored. And I think that kind of hurts it when they put so much emphasis on this B plot of Jon Hamm and Tina Fey's love life. Now, granted, again, when you have these two characters, I understand the desire to make sure that they have, a big part of the movie, because obviously they're the two best actors in this movie, or the two most high-profile people in this movie, and you do want to sell it on that. However, if you're going to have Tina Fey in that role, you have to understand that you have to still satisfy the story, right? Like, you can't just have Tina Fey in a role for the sake of it. And so and then kind of just focus away from the actual story to, get more Tina Fey, Jon Hamm moments. Now, that being said, there's some other things I need to talk about this movie. This movie is directed by Howard Stark. And what I mean by Howard Stark is the John Slattery, who played Howard Stark in Ant-Man and Civil War and in Infinity Endgame. That's the one. And so, that is an interesting twist in the development. The other thing was that Christopher Denham was... So there's a scene in this movie, right, where Christopher Denham's character, who is I'm gonna just double check the name here, Andy Moore, is crying, and it's bad crying. So in the kind of the context of the movie, I'm like, oh, is this a fake cry? Then the scene continues, and so my notes says, oh, he's just really, really good at fake crying. But then the movie continues, and then what I realize is, no. He's not good at fake crying. He's bad at real crying. Because that scene, in the context of what happened next, was supposed to be him really crying. So I think, or at least, that was the implication, was that he's supposed to be really crying. So I think that actually, really, because that was, bad. Like, that looked like, oh my God, that's amazing fake crying. But then you realize, oh wait, no, that's supposed to be him really crying. And you're like, oh damn, that's not great. But, that was one of those moments where I just had to write it down because I was like, for either I'm gonna praise it for being amazing at fake crime, which is what I thought it would be, and then it turned out nope, I'm just gonna criticize him for being bad at real crying. The other thing is there is one scene in this movie, and I think it really epitomized John Hamm's entire performance, and it's the John Hamm being like, slightly intimidating but also a little bit funny. And it's this one scene. He's interrogating Derek Basco's character. Derek Basco, of course, plays Tommy. Wow, this is bad. I should really know this one. It's like Tommy or Timmy, and Tommy T. It was Tommy. I was right. Anyways, he plays Tommy T, and he's getting interrogated. There's like two scenes where he's getting interrogated. This is the first interrogation scene specifically, but both are really good. And there's just that, like that. Just that's a top tier acting moment in the line of like that's a top tier acting moment for him in this movie. And I think in a movie where there is so few top tier acting movies like that, where you feel like, oh my God, he's finally in his element, then that's why you get that feeling, right? Like I think there are moments where you're like, is he really in his element here? And I think that's one of those moments where you're like, yes, he absolutely is. This is what he's supposed to do. And then you go to like him trying to be funny, relatable with Tina Fey. And then when, he's trying to be funny and relatable with Tina Fey, like in the car wash scene, it's like, my God, just keep going. And so that's kind of the problem you run into, right? Which is the whole trying to be funny and relatable, but it really not working for you. Now, the other thing I got to ask before I kind of wrap this up is, why does everyone have a pedo stash in this movie? Like, everyone does. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. It starts with the John Hamm's character. Then, like, every other character has one. And I'm like, okay, I get it. But also I don't. And, yeah, they do kind of, yada-yada through the plot. And speaking of yada-yada through things, I'm going to yada-yada through the end of this review. So, overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie. There were some moments, and I mentioned some of those where, it was kind of awkward. But, again, when you kind of look past some of the yada-yading, it's good. And I also think if the romantic subplot, which kind of they spent more time on than the actual A-plot, was kind of more focused, and they kind of just made the murder part of it the B-plot, then I think this would have worked a lot better. But I think when you're trying to juggle two plots, but one plot you clearly are more invested in, and it's not the main plot, then you've got a problem. And so, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts, follow us on social media. Check out Maggie Moore, Who Killed Maggie Moore, starring John Hamm, Tina Fey, and a whole bunch of other people who are really good at their jobs, which is streaming or is available for purchase on Amazon, I think, and also a lot of other places. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts, follow us on social media, and I will see you all next time. Bye.